But good morning.
Good morning.
It is truly an honor to be here. But before we get started today, we got mothers in the room. I want to ask all the mothers to please stand. All the mothers. So Sunday is Mother's Day. And we want to recognize you as a mother, and I know there's no doubt your families will, but we're going to recognize you first and say thank you for the job you do each and every day, but also the most important job is a mother, so thank you.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to believe today is Thursday. It's just hard to believe, but that's what happens when you're with good folks and you're having a great time. And I hope the food has lived up to expectations, okay? And if it's not, then you just need to let me, my staff, let us know. But before I move forward, also, I got to also thank this gentleman right here. It's not about me. It's not about him. It's about everybody in this room. We make this region. Okay, this is a team effort day in and day out. That's why when I literally stand here and say we're going to lead the way, that's we. That's the active, the retirees, the staff, the clerical. It's not about one person. Michael Jordan was one of the best athletes I ever seen, and we can agree to disagree right here with LeBron. But my point is, you can be the greatest player on the planet, but if you don't have a team, more than likely you're not going to win. Okay, and I believe that. And we're a team, and that's how we're going to wake up and run this region every day, through the good, the bad, and ugly, because there's always good, bad, and ugly. And when it's not good, we're going to pick each other up. Okay, when it's good, we're going to cheer, holler, and show solidarity. That's what we do. Okay, that's a fact. But I am truly honored to have George each and every day traveling with me across the country. We speak 7 days a week. What you don't know, we just don't show up and work together. We play together. We're both Louisville fans. We go to basketball games. We go to football games. We do other things. He's never been on a boat, and I'm going to take him on a boat this summer. And we're going to go out on the boat together, okay? We're going to spend the day, and we may jump off some rocks and do some flips. And one of us will probably get hurt, but we're going to have fun. But I'm truly honored to have George. He does an amazing job. Also, the staff, Kevin, Mark, and Anthony, you guys give them a round of applause. Also, Jennifer, we can't thank you enough for what you do. Also, I want to talk about, Volkswagen real quick. We have a supplier inside Volkswagen called Schnellige. We petitioned to have them to vote on May the 19th and 20th. So we're very, very excited about that it's not only going to be Volkswagen, we're going to have a Unit 2 there. So we're very proud, and we believe feel good about that. Now, what they did do is when we petitioned, they fired 13 workers. Does it surprise anybody? Nope. But we filed 13 board charges we feel very, very good about, okay? And we're not going to back down. And when we win this and we get into bargaining, as you know, you all got great bargaining experience. We can't hold up negotiation, but we're going to make it damn very tough. You're going to bring them back one by one. But I just wanted you to know we do have a company called Schnellige. They're a logistic company inside of VW, and we feel good about it. Now, we felt good about Huntsville, Alabama when we had a Navistar there. But the company's going to put pressure on. But we're going to lay with them and stay with them, and we're going to win that election. So I want to know you a little bit about Schnellige there at Volkswagen. Also, I want to ask you this, okay? We got Vice President Booth in the room. You got President Fain here. You got Kevin Katinski in here, the Director of Retired Workers. You got Lisa Rink in the room. I want to just say this. You guys are free to invite anybody you want to come speak at your retiree meetings and so forth and so on. But the Constitution makes it very clear I have jurisdiction over this region. All I'm asking, I want to know who's coming and going, because if my schedule fits, I want to come. And if it don't, I want to know, okay? So all I'm asking is if you're going to invite somebody, you get with your CAP or retired worker rep, let them know. They'll inform me. That way, if my schedule fits, I want to be there as well. If it don't, I have no issue. They should be there. Each one of us that I just named, I get elected. We all get elected. And we all should, even these guys back here, Social Security and benefits and our time, we work for you. They need to be with the folks. I just need to know who's coming and who's going. That's all I ask.
That don't include politicians running for office.
Well, if they're not good ones, they don't need to be there. It has nothing to do with politicians. It's just exactly how I described it. So I just want to get through that. Also, I want to talk a little bit about the convention. As we all know, the convention will start on June the 14th and it'll run through June the 19th. You kick back to June the 12th, the advisory council dinner will be that night. Tina, Jim Stewart, Tom Savage, and Joe Bigelow. I went blank there. They'll be at that dinner that night. I'll be at that dinner that night. It kicks off on Friday night with the advisory council dinner. Then Saturday night is the committee's dinner. And then we roll into Sunday. Sunday, all the delegates will start rolling in. How many delegates we got in the room so far? Okay. We're staying at the Courtyard Marriott. That's where I wanted to be. It's easy smeezy. It's not high and tall. It's not big and large. It's perfect. Okay, you walk in, the registration desk. After you check into your room, you'll go left. You'll come down to where we're going to be set up in the foyer. Mary Jo and Katie will be there, along with all the Region 8 staff, welcoming you, thanking you for attending the convention. You'll register, and then also that day you'll need to go to Huntington Place, and you'll register. And then, of course, you know, on Monday morning, we'll have late registration, and then the convention kicks off at 12, which we call that's our Super Bowl. That's how I look at it. That's our defining moment for the next 4 years. And you write that history, okay? Not I, not the IEB or anybody else. You determine the next 4 years and what we put in that Constitution as delegates. And we look forward to that. So that's just real briefly. Now, on Monday night, there's a Luca dinner. Then the convention kicks off on Monday. Then Tuesday night is the big reception in Huntington Place. And then Wednesday is the regional breakouts. And then Wednesday night will be the Regional 8 reception there at the hotel. That's the lay of the land. But when you check in as delegates, you'll get all that. Okay? And if you're running for delegate and you're going back, good luck. I wish you nothing but the best, okay? But that's a little bit about the convention. Does anybody have any question about the convention? Okay, but when you're there, if you do have questions, make sure you see the staff, and we'll be glad to help you and help you in any way. Again, I want to thank President Shawn Fain for being here this week, and you know his crew that travels with him. Also, I want to thank Vice President Mike Booth, his top AA Nicole Cart for being here. I want to thank top AA Kevin Katinsky for being here, Director of the Retired Workers Department, Lisa Rink, for being here, and all you benefit reps, all the Social Security, all of legal. If you're Detroit staff, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here as well. So thank you. Got to put my glasses on now and make sure I haven't missed anything. Here in just a little bit, once I'm done, then we'll start the program with the benefit reps. But before I do, I want to speak to each and every one of you. This mic just don't seem to be working. As I just said, I thanked all the staff. It's hard to hold and flip, but I'll get it figured out. Again, I want to recognize the Region 8 councils, International Advisory Council, the Region 8 Advisory Council, and IAC chairs. Thank you for all you do as well. Can you lower that? I don't like it right there in my face. If you'll lower it down, down. But I want people to be able to hear. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Okay. Get it? Okay. Today is not just a gathering. Today is not just a recognition. Today is a moment in history. Because when I look across this room, I don't just see retirees. I see the foundation of United Auto Workers. I see men and women who built it. Let me say that again. I see men and women who built the UAW, who defined it, and who carried it forward when the road got tough. From the big three to IPS, to agriculture, to aerospace, to TOP, to higher ed, to gaming, and every sector that made up our great union. You just didn't go to work every day. You built power, you built dignity, and you built movement. And let's be clear, the UAW we have today does not exist without you. Let me say that again. The UAW we have today does not exist without the folks I'm looking at in this room. I say that not once but twice because I believe that and I know that. There was a time in this country when workers had no voice. I had no voice in my plant. And I seen in the room yesterday a lot of hands that come up that organized their plants. We all know what that felt like. We had no voice. But that changed. We had no protection. We had no real future. But then came a generation that refused to accept that. A generation that stood up during the days of the Flint down strike. You guys agree? Yes. Okay. When workers literally sat down on the job risking everything so the future of generations could stand up with dignity. That spirit didn't stop there. It carried through every decade, throughout layoffs, plant closures, economic downturns, and corporate pressure. And through it all, you stood the lines. You walked the picket lines in the heat and the cold. You missed time with your families. You sacrificed paychecks. You stood shoulder to shoulder with your brother and sister when it mattered the most. That's not unionism, that's solidarity. You organized new locals when it wasn't easy. Chuck, that was you, brother. I put your name there because I mean that. Over the years, and there's other organizers in this room, but Chuck, every year you get up and speak. Sometimes long, sometimes short. I don't say that to be funny because you educate us, and I appreciate it. And you did it when it was tough and hard, okay? You took UAW into your communities. Sorry, Chuck.
Thank you, brother.
Not just a union, but the force of good. You volunteered your time and still do. You helped your fellow member understand their contract. Janine. Debbie, where you at? Debbie. Me? You and Janine still do that.
Yes.
Okay? You volunteer your time each and every day with those with retirees on their benefits. You still give. And I appreciate that. Okay? You make sure no one stood alone. And because of that, workers today have better wages, have better health care, better retirement, and safe workplaces. That is you. That didn't happen by accident. That happened because of you. Let's talk about retirees in the UAW. Retirees have never stepped away from their union. You stayed engaged. You stayed active. And you kept fighting. Moto, where you at? Every time I see you, brother, you inspire me. And every time I see you, you say, this is the last one. And you keep showing up. Whether you got a knee brace on or you got something on your arm, you keep showing up. You're a badass in my book. Okay? You could have left. You know, I won't get into your personal life, what you come and told me and yours. But your wife said, what'd she tell you? You stay. Because she knows, as much as I know, how much you love this union.
That's right.
From protecting pensions to defeating health care through programs like the VEBA. Okay? You understand the VEBA and how important it is to us in this room and the future generations. To show up, speak out, and vote. Jimmy Hyde.
Yes.
Brother, you never give up on voting, okay? As I told the story the other day, what'd you just say? Politicians. You're going to wear them out like a bad day. You're never going to let up in the state of Georgia, and you shouldn't. And anybody else in this room, whatever state you're from, you should never, ever back down. We should all, if they're not standing up for us and if they're not standing up for us and what our beliefs are in, and I'm not saying all the time that everything we do or say is right, but it is most of the time. But if they can't use the word union or UAW or stand with us on a picket line, they shouldn't get $1. Not $1. Mark the other day made it very clear that he has sent out to an individual that we support and want. We still don't have the survey back. And Mark, what did I say? No more. Months and months. If he really cared about us and wanted us, he'd had that survey back in. If I got to beg and we got to beg, we're done. If he really, really, really wanted our endorsement, that would have been back in within 2 weeks, in my opinion. You provided something powerful that being UAW is just not a job, it's a lifetime commitment. This morning, John, where you at? Richardson. He stood right here and he used that exact words. It's in my blood today until I die. And I tell you that, brother, because I listen. I listen to you and anybody that walks up to me. He said, it's in my blood. You said that.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate it. I need to hear that, okay? To every retiree in this room, you are teachers. You are leaders. You are the example. You show up. You showed us what it means to fight with honor, to stand with dignity, and to never back down when working people are on the line. You paved the way for yesterday. You strengthened today. And because of you, we have a future. Did you hear me? Yes, sir. We. Now, let me say this clearly. Your retirement is not the end of your story with the UAW, and not in this region, and not with the UAW. It's a new chapter because we still need your voice. We still need your wisdom. We still need your experience. That's why I encourage you year after year after year. Summer school is our biggest event of the year. And retirees being there year after year after year means a lot for those new delegates that come in, those new stewards that come in, okay? You can educate them, whether you're sitting at the dinner table. Think about that. When we're all sitting in there and we have meals, sit down with some of those young folks. You can educate them. So it's so important that we have you at summer school. The next generation is watching. And it's our responsibility together to make sure they understand what it took to build what we have today. So many of them don't understand. And it's our job to educate them because they're going to carry on the next generation. So today, on behalf of Region 8 and on behalf of every active member and on behalf of every worker whose life is better because of your sacrifice, I say thank you. Thank you for your strength. Thank you for your sacrifice. And thank you for your solidarity. And thank you for building something that will outlive all of us. Brothers and sisters, the fight continues, the mission continues, the union continues because of you. I want to leave you with 3 simple rules in life. If you don't go after what you want, you will never have it. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no. And if you don't step forward, you will always be in the same place. Solidarity, I love you, and travel home safely.